Hey there, traders. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. Today we'll break down the winning NQ trade we took live on stream yesterday morning in Trade Foundry. We'll have a look at the calendar first, but then we're going to look at the charts and see what today might have for us. So let's get on with the show. Let's jump over and have a look at the calendar. So we do have high impact news today at 8:30. So happy to wait for that news drop before looking to participate in the market. Unemployment claims there at 8:30. And that's it for news for the rest of the week. Let's get rid of that. All right, let's jump over to the trade from yesterday. What a great little trade it was too. So what are we looking at here? Well, let's go back into replay mode. And have a look at what we've got. So this level here, all-time high. There's quite a lot of bullish momentum from open. Price pushing straight up higher. Didn't really look back, but that leaves us with areas or zones to target. Low resistance liquidity. At all-time highs, price started to stall. And what we had was a bullish FEG here on the 1 minute. If I move to the higher time frame, price was also at our AR level, the average daily range here. We were manipulating at that level. We can see that price also started to close back inside the range of the previous candle here on the 15-minute. So that's our insight to order flow. Now that's happening. And we can see that happening as this price action was flowing. Now, if we have a look at ES at the same time, we start to also have SMT. But if we use the Jimmy Trades SMT here, we can see here is our SMT. All right, with ES, our correlated asset, we have SMT at the highs. So what I want to look for with my trade is a high time frame point of interest. Now that point of interest, generally speaking, I want to focus on FEGs. We're at all-time highs here, so I don't have an FEG to work with. So I was happy to use all-time highs. That's a very significant level, okay? Then I want to couple that with a time frame. I want to be working within the macro. In this time frame here, it was 950 to 1010. That was our macro. We've got our FEG inside the macro with SMT on the lower time frame here, and we invert that FEG. So this is at the moment in time we want to look to get into the position is this candle closure right here. So we enter the position. We saw some retracement, and there was potential here that this might fail. We got a closure back through the IFEG. We had our stop at the high here. Once price started to move lower again and we closed back through this level, I added to my position. So I was confident enough then at that point to add to my position. And then at the -1, so as price moved forward, this is the moment in time right here where I moved to break even -1 standard deviation. This is the manipulation level here from the body high to the body low, -1. For this trade, first trade back for the week. It's been a few weeks since I've been on the charts. I just wanted to stick to a fixed 2R, which is what I did. And we can see price easily hit that level. We could have, if we wanted to, looking at this zone down here and this low resistance liquidity, using the standard deviations, we could have easily targeted the -2 or trailed our stop and even reached for the -4, this level down here. And price rarely looks back before hitting that level. And that would have been a banger trade, 5.2. As it was, extremely happy with that trade. 2R trade, 22 minutes, I think we're in that trade for. Great trade for the middle of the week. But yes, if we wanted to, we could have pushed it to the -4 and it would have been a banger 5 trade, 128 points. Great little trade. Let me know in the comments if you took the same position. If you want some more information on my strategy, let me know in the comments. Be sure to head over to Trade Foundry and you will definitely find out more over there. Alrighty, let's get on with it. Let's go and have a look at today's bias. I'm just going to undo that because I'm going to come back to that later. Alrighty, let's get rid of replay. Let's move out to the daily. Rightio. So all-time highs, we did see that retracement off the all-time highs. What have we got now? Looking at previous day's range, using the body high to the body low, price has opened low down to the 50% level. I'm anticipating price to move higher here and look to sweep out the previous day high and move to new all-time highs once again, because we are respecting the 50% level here of the previous day's range. All right, that's what I'm looking at. We've also respected this opposing candle right here. Okay, we can see that. That's what I'm looking at for NQ. If we have a look at the 4-hour, we've got this period of consolidation here after that all-time high yesterday. But looking at this current candle, if we get a closure above this opposing candle, then I'm still looking to see price move higher. We've come off the negative 33% level here. Great rejection there. If we have a look at the 15-minute, also had SMT at that level as well. And a closure here, you could almost look at getting a position to run out to the highs. Closure above these opposing candles. Alrighty, let's look at ES. So ES didn't reach all-time highs. Obviously, we're still up here for ES. Did just sweep out this Monday high, but we have got this closure above previous day high. Again, looking at the body closure, the bodies only, we have come down, respected the 50% level there. So the equilibrium of the candle body high, candle body low, and we've rejected off of that. Again, I'd be looking for previous day high as our target for ES. Moving over to oil. On the daily, a little bit of consolidation here. Just struggling at this level because it is a rather large bearish zone. We did get a closure back inside the range as we did the previous day after sweeping out the high. Insight to order flow, I would be looking for price to take previous day low as the low hanging fruit first and foremost. That's where I'll anticipate price to move to today. If we do continue to move on from there, we have this engineered liquidity right through this level for price to want to seek out. So bearish for oil. Moving over to gold. Well, gold's playing. Bias has been great this week on most assets, gold included. Obviously yesterday we did get that wrong, but we did get some insight to order flow. We're not off really an important level other than the equilibrium of this candle body. We did respect the 50% level. We've wicked through, come back up, then we got closure back inside the range of the previous candle here. So insight to order flow, it's also a bullish closure, looking for price to expand today. First real target would likely be this high here, bullish for gold. Moving over to Dixie. Undo that, because I don't want to do that. Okay, so playing around on this imbalance, closure back inside the range. Previous day or yesterday was an inside bar, so we couldn't seek out either side of the previous day. And we did gap down here. We have a small imbalance just below price. I'm looking for probably price to want to close that gap. Playing around in that gap at the moment because we do know gaps like to be filled. Even on the 4 hour, we've had a candle closure back inside the range here. So yeah, there is real potential here for price to want to run lower. And this would be my target, this gap down here. Moving to Euro. We did have a bearish closure yesterday, an inside bar. So we're seeing some indecision here. Nothing really decisive. And currently swept out the previous day high. We've opened high, and I'd be looking for that low close. Bearish for Euro. Even with the pound here, we had that closure back inside the range. Yesterday, inside bar, haven't been able to do much. And we have a devil's mark here today. We weren't able to sweep out the high of the previous day. I'd be looking for this devil's mark to be drawn out, followed by previous day low. Moving over to crypto. Here we go. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at this breakout here. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Straight back to equal highs here. So what's the high on this candle? 112.040. 112. So it was just a new all-time high for Bitcoin there. What we want to see today, we want to see 50% level, the previous day's range respected. We're getting an open, low, high close, hopefully. We'll see how that plays out. But we need to respect that 50% level and then hopefully we'll continue to move higher. Might be time to take some of my profits out. I was going to say yes, Ethereum getting the move that we've been chasing here as well. Swept out this high quite decisively. We've closed through this gap now as well. Again, look to see price respect the equilibrium of the previous day, chasing out these highs here. Very nice. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you are able to grab some insight from the trade we took yesterday. Be sure to follow us in Trade Foundry. We stream there live for free every day and try to provide as much possible value for free to the community. So share the channel far and wide. Make sure you support us if you can by grabbing your evals using code Jimmy for Apex and code Jimmy Trades for Tradeify. And you can also grab your Tradezella accounts 20% off with code Jimmy Trades as well. All the details are in the description. You'll find the links to everything down there. And we hope to see you over in Trade Foundry. Bye for now.